Okay, well, moving right along, then we've got Shaman. Let's pull up these cards here. All right, starting out, we've got Spawn Pool Forager. This is a 1-mana 1/2 Murloc with a Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 Tiny Fin.
I'm just laughing at the tiny fin it summons.
It's so
my
It's so cute.
It's so cute. Okay, I actually think that if Murloc Shaman previously was kind of a meme, right? Like a big meme. It could steamroll, like if it goes quick enough, because every fin is awesome. Is a good card. Like playing buffs for 0 is nice. It looks like we got some Murloc Shaman support back this set, and so I don't think that the deck is going to be like, it's going to be tier 3 probably, but I think that there's some potential here. I actually gave this card a 3. I think that if I'm playing Murloc Shaman, like this is an auto include in my deck. Like it's a solid 1-drop, so I like it. Sheep, what do you think?
So I think the Murloc Shaman will be solid tier 2, maybe bottom of tier 1.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's going to be a great deck.
It seems pretty good. Yeah.
And this is basically like a better Mecharoo, a better Possessed Villager. Solid card. I'm not sure if we're always running it or not, so like I'm hesitant to go straight up 4. But like we're probably running it, so I'll definitely hard agree on the 3. What do you think, Hydra?
I think if I'm going to be playing Murloc Shaman, this is for me always going in as a 1-drop. I don't see a downside to this being a 1-drop. So let's pretend that Murloc Shaman's playable. Oh god, it's not really like something anybody. It's always been there, like you could play this deck at any point in time and rank up with it, but it's just never something that's that great. So let's pretend it's playable. I can't do a 4. I just can't. But it's so good. Let's do 3.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 as well. It leaves behind a Tiny Fin, which will activate the next card we're going to review. So I'll give it a 3. Murloc Shaman seems like it's going to be a thing. So 3.
I like it. All right, next up we have South Coast Chieftain. This is a 2-mana 3/2 Murloc. Battlecry. If you control another Murloc, deal 2 damage. This reminds me of Merc Spark Eel a little bit.
Yeah.
That in Murloc Shaman, this card seems awesome. Like just super cool. I'm not sure where the deck lies, so I gave it a 3. But like, dude, in that deck, this card is wonderful. Sheep will probably score it higher. Maybe not. No?
No, I completely agree. 100%. This is absolutely a 3 for me as well. This is one of the reasons why Murloc Shaman is going to be so strong. I'm on the verge of giving it a 4 because it's going to be an auto include in that. It's aggressively statted. It's got the Murloc tag. It does a thing when we have Murlocs. It's everything we want it to be. Solid 3. What do you think, Hydra?
I think that on turn 1, I play Spawn Pool Forager, and they clear that, but my Tiny Fin comes out, so this is still active on turn 2. So this is an amazing follow-up card. It's a 3-star card.
For South Coast Chieftain, I'm definitely going to give it a 3 based on the review I gave on the last card. That card synergizes into this one. You can deal damage, clear something off, and just keep the good times rolling. South Coast Chieftain, you know what I'm saying? Yep.
Nice.
That's something else.
Next up is Arid Stormer. This is a 3-mana 2/5 elemental. Battlecry. If you played an elemental last turn, gain Rush and Wind Fury. Okay, so here's my hot take on this. Elementals are cool, but I don't think that they're good enough. Like, I mean, I see sort of two archetypes returning with this set. Elementals is one, Murlocs is the other, and the Murlocs just seem so much stronger to me. Like, I like the Elementals, but the huge downside is that they rely on you to play an Elemental the previous turn, and so you really have to keep that momentum rolling every turn, or this doesn't work. So, like, if this was automatically a 3-mana 2/5 Rush Wind Fury, dude, that's great. But with the requirement that you play the Elemental the previous turn, I don't like that. So I gave it a 1.
Absolutely everything he said. Murloc Shaman is going to be much more aggressive. Elementals have always been more mid-range. Mid-range loses to aggro. In Wild, we have better control decks that can actually control the mid-range. So 1-star card for me as well. What do you think, Hydra?
Yeah, we're not playing these elementals right now, so it's not going in a meta deck. I don't even see it as fringe technically, so it's a 1-star card for me. Even though it's cool effect, but
Agreed.
We're not playing it.
Yeah, I give it a 1 as well. I don't see it. I really don't. Feels like too much work.
Huh. All right, let's move on then. Next up is called Tiny Finn's Caravan. This is a 2-mana 1/3. At the start of your turn, draw a Murloc. I think that there's already some cards for Wild that draw Murlocs that are better than this because it does not have a Murloc tag. I mean, this goes along with that theme of caravans for this set, but it just doesn't seem good. If I want to draw Murlocs, I'm going to use a different card to do it, like Ice Fishing or something like that. So this is a 1 from me.
Yeah, this doesn't have the Murloc tag itself. It doesn't summon Murlocs. It draws it from your deck, which we already can do. Like, it also has the condition that it has to be alive the next turn. If I'm dropping this on 2, maybe that goes off. If I'm dropping it on 3, it's not. It's 1 for me as well. What do you think, Hydra?
It says start of your turn, unfortunately. So 1.
Yeah, I give this card a 1 as well. If I'm going to play Murlocs, it's going to be a really tight list. Like, really tight. Plus attack, plus health, divine shields, rush, charge. So I'm not playing this 1.
Yeah, I love the artwork. I like that there's there's a Finja like hidden in this card, which makes me happy. But yeah, all right. So moving right along, we've got No Fin Can Stop Us. This is a 3-mana spell. Give your minions +1/+1. Give your Murlocs an extra +1/+1. That seems cool, but it seems like a worse Every Fin is Awesome. And I think right, because Every Fin is Awesome gives all your Murlocs gives all your minions plus something. I don't remember.
+2 +2.
+2/+2. But the cost is reduced based on how many Murlocs you've got on the board. And so I like playing that because it's a buff your board for 0 mana, where this is a buff your board for 3 mana. And so I gave it a 2. I mean, I just don't know if you run both, and I think the answer is probably not. But we'll see. I mean, I'll probably test it. I love the artwork, if that counts for a point. But Sheep, what do you think?
So when you asked if you play both, and then your conclusion was, no, you don't.
Do you?
Okay,
Maybe you
or
do. I want to test them. You know, I'm not sure. This is like a dying archetype that we're reviving now, so I'm curious.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with you're correct. You know, just for the basic premise. You need 4 Murlocs already on board for Every Fin is Awesome to cost the same amount as Nothing Can Stop Us. That seems kind of win more. Nothing Can Stop Us gives everything +1/+1, period. Murlocs, though, however, get +2/+2 instead. That's just actively good, period. So I think that Every Fin is Awesome is a little bit more kind of win more because you need to already have the board. Whereas Nothing Can Stop Us is basically like, you know, yeah, I can toss stuff out there and then do that as well. I think if you're only playing one, I think you're actually playing Nothing Can Stop Us. I think you probably totally run both, but I think if you're only playing one, you're probably playing the new one. So I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go, this is one of the engines that makes Murloc Shaman kind of return to prominence because it doesn't need to have all of those Murlocs in order to have that payoff. So I'm going to go 4. What do you think, Hydra?
You've convinced me a little bit. I can't go as high as a 4. I think this is definitely a solid card. I like that it works for all, not just Murlocs, but for everything. Bonus if they are Murlocs, so that's cool. Your totems will still get +1/+1, which is nice. So I'm going to give it a 3. I think it's definitely a solid card. It's definitely playable. I don't know how great it really is, but 3.
Yeah, for what Hearthstone is, for as much as I like Paladin, I'm now realizing in this moment that I just dislike Shaman. Like, none of this really interests me or gets the brain going. So I literally give this card like a 2.
Quick shout out to Blister Guy though on this one. He's the one who did the card reveal on this, and he made a video, and he had his daughter in it, and it actually was on the launcher for a little bit. At least I don't think in our region, but in his region, it was there on the launcher, and you can go check out that video, which is cool.
His daughter doing the.
She did adorable. Such a good job.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah. That video was awesome.
All right. Next up, we've got Earth Revenant. It is a 4-mana 2/6 elemental with taunt. Battle cry. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Yeah, I don't know. I gave this a 1. I don't know where to stick this. My note says Reno Elemental Shutterwalk Shaman. Haha. And so, like, you know, I mean, it's cute, but like, I don't see myself really using it. Sheep, what do you think?
You summed it up perfectly. It's cute, but I don't see myself ever using it. It's a deals 1 damage to all enemy minions. Like, it's a 1 for me.
Like, isn't that Sandblaster or whatever it's called just better? Like,
yeah, the Sandstorm Elemental, I think.
Yeah. What did I call it? Sandblaster.
Yeah, Sandblaster. Yo, son, that's something else.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's definitely neat, but like Nate said, we're all running Sandblaster instead. So unfortunately, it's a little expensive. It does come with a big body, but Sandblaster wins. This gets a 1 for me.
Damn, y'all got me bugging. I'll give it a 2. Pass.
I want to bump up just to a 2 just because of the laughs we had.
I love it.
But I'm sticking with that 1.
Laughs for good, or 2 for good times. 2 for good times.
That's great. All right, next up is Chain Lightning. So this is one of our rank spells. So this is a nature spell for 2 mana. Deal 2 damage to a minion and a random adjacent one. So potentially you could damage your own minions if you really wanted to. This
Good.
I mean, just saying. So this does upgrade at 5 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion and an adjacent one, and at 10 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion and a random adjacent one. I think this card sucks. I think that there's a lot better Shaman removal that is not random. And that's all I got.
So it sounds like a 1, yeah?
That's a 1, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's less random if you target the minion on the either end, because then it'll always go, you know, there's only one way to go, and that's in. But there's so much more efficient removal. It's a 1 for me as well.
Don't we, at this point, if we're going to play something like that, we'd play something like Lightning Storm, right? Because they're taking away the randomness out of Lightning Storm, and it's going to hit for 3 every time.
Yeah, I mean, you get the overload, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't... And it affects way more minions. Like, this is just 1 and then a random adjacent one. So, I mean, you could always target 1 on either side of, like, the ends of the boards, and you know, like, which one it's going to hit, I suppose. But, not playing it 1. Mike, what do you
I'm sorry.
think?
I know, because yo, Nate's spicy, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, Urban Dictionary. Oh, my God.
At Sandstorm Elemental the same again.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
I'm gonna give it 2. I'm going to give it 2 and pass.
Oh, shit.
My man said Sandblaster. Oh my God.
Oh, spicy. Oh my God. All right.
Okay. So I just had to look that up. Now I'm in on the loop.
Yeah. I'm not putting that in chat. I'm not putting that in chat. No.
It's probably not a good idea.
Now you know why Mike and I are like busting up and like concerned.
Apparently that's a thing.
Jeez.
Oh,
Apologies.
no.
All right.
I purposely say that foreskin joke. Like, could use that sandblaster. I was like, damn, does he know?
I don't know how many people did.
Hey, you know what? I learned something new today.
You know what's really bad is I would like to show you guys the screenshot, but on Urban Dictionary, right next to the definition of that word, I have an ad for a donut with a hole in it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Kidding.
You know what's scary is that you know what it meant already.
Like,
oh well, it's America. Hey, this is America.
That's true. That's true.
Good talk, but anyway.
like if you guys look at our Discord chat, what the ad that I put there.
Oh jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's too much. Let's go back to the review. That's too much.
All right.
And the steaming mug of coffee.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
This
I'm
is a
dead.
wild
We can
review.
just we can
This is a
just
wild review.
we can just end the show now. Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Lily Pad Lurker. It's a 5 mana 4/5 elemental battle cry. If you played an elemental last turn, transform an enemy minion into a 0/1 frog with taunt. So this has got it's basically a free hex, right? And so it does allow you to target it. It does not say random. So that's super cool. Like, I want to like this card so bad. The thing that I don't like about it is that it requires that you play the elemental the previous turn. And so if you can keep that chain rolling, this card is great. The problem is if you don't, it's a bummer. I gave it a 2. I wish that I could score it higher than that, but like, I think that that's about the best I can do. If the elemental shaman can truly shine, like 2 copies of this go into that deck, but that's a big if. Cheap.
That if is so big that I'm going 1. If we're going elemental anything, we're probably going elemental mage. Maybe the like few elemental things that we got for shaman make it like possible, but elemental mage isn't even like good. So I'm gonna go 1. It's a strong card in a vacuum, but the fact that it doesn't exist in a vacuum and requires you to play an elemental last turn, it's a hex that costs more and is more conditional. So I'm going 1. What do you think, Hydra?
Yeah, I don't think. Unfortunately, it's in Wild. It's just something that isn't good enough because of the deck that it's in. Right? It's way too. We're going to be playing Elemental Shaman. That's not a thing. Though, if you look at the art, there's a really cool tiny froggy inside him.
Good call.
Oh, sure enough. Look at that little feller.
But yeah, it's sort of unplayable in the meta. But since it is a free hex with a 4/5, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Cool.
I like to give this card I want to give it a 3. Shout out to someone like Dr. Evil, lovers of Shaman. I can see this being played in some crazy deck I can't beat. Reno, Shadowwalk, crazy, but Battle Cry Shaman. So I give it a 3. I'll show him some love. I don't like Shaman. I'll give Dr. Evil the respect because she mastered Shaman.
Nice. All right. Next up is Firemancer Fleurgal. And I believe the devs said that this is the same Fleurgal, right? It is the same Fleurgal, different ability. This card is dope, I think. In Murloc Shaman, I give it a 4, okay? And I think that this, when I look at this is basically like Murloc Flak Mage or Murloc Altruis, however you say that name. Altruis. And like, Murlocs are cheap. Like, I could this is like a little board clear in a little flaming Murloc, so I like it quite a bit. I think it's strong. Sheep, what do you think?
Agreed on all counts. And I think it was Corbett who, what was the first one who said this plus Toxfin.
Oh God, yep.
Toxfin onto this. Boom. You have
Board clear.
you have your Void Daddy. Oh well. Boom.
Does that work though?
Yeah, because it gives Firemancer Fleurgal.
Oh, if he gives this
that,
poisonous, yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. You have to give this poisonous in order for that to work. But of course, you're going to give this poisonous if you have the opportunity to, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So, Toxfin, or this Toxfin, another 1 mana Murloc. You already have 4 Murlocs on the board. Boom, you win. Easy rank 1 legend. Yeah, for me, this is easy 4. I don't think it's going to define the meta, but like Murloc Shaman is back. Here's one of the reasons why, and you're going to love seeing this from the 2 mana, 2/3 Murloc that whenever you play Murlocs, gives you even more Murlocs. You can possibly get more than 1 Firemancer Fleurgal in the same game. Let's go. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Everything about this, yes.
Yeah, not only is it going to clear your Void Daddy, but then it's going to clear all Void babies that come out of it, right? Because you just play another Murloc after.
Exactly.
So
and Mal'Ganis, boom. Bye.
Yeah, that's amazing. So this is 4-star card for me. How about you, Mike?
Yo, for me, I gave this a 4-star card as well. Same application that Sheep had said. And if you wanted to get cute, you could call in the finishers and literally finish it up because every Murloc that comes in is toxic fire damage. So, boom, it's just over. Like, this card's cool as hell. I give it a 3.
So worth noting, Firemancer Fleurgal, you do have to play the Murloc. You can't just summon it.
Yes. Okay, so finishers.
But I mean,
English is required to play this game. I have to learn how to read.
Yeah. But
it's all good. You're playing Shaman. You're gonna have a ton of Murlocs anyway. You'll be fine.
At least you didn't try it and then have the opponent go, "Wow," when it didn't work.
See,
Astonishing.
That's next level. Yeah.
that's funny. All right, our last Shaman legendary here is Brucon. This is a 4 mana 5/4. This is nature, spell damage +3. I'm not. It's kind of sad that it's not just like straight up spell damage +3. So it's conditional. I gave it a 3. I mean, I think it's definitely playable. I'm not quite sure where. Like, I think if you can make like an aggro, spell heavy Shaman deck work, then maybe. But it seems a little tricky to me. A 3 is probably scoring it more than it deserves, but it's like 2 for the normal one plus 1 point for the diamond card. So, Sheep, what do you think?
I go back and forth. I think I need to sit with all the nature spells a little bit longer to give it like a definitive rating. Malagos costs 9 and does spell damage +5. With that, spell damage, period.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4 nature spell damage +3. Now, some of the nature spells are like a lightning bolt, right? Like, let's see, lava burst and whatnot are fire spells, if I recall correctly. So,
it says that rock biter weapon is a nature spell.
Weird.
Interesting. Yeah, that doesn't really apply here so much because it's not.
That's what I'm wondering, though. If it's
effective.
nature, now does it give you more than +3 attack? Does it give you +6?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
it would be like spell damage interacts with it right now, so it shouldn't affect it at all. So I love the diamond card. It's going to be beautiful. In standard, maybe, but in wild, I'm going to go 2. Because there are going to be some burst shaman capabilities, but I doubt that they'll be like a very prolific, let alone meta. So 2 for me. What do you think, Hydra?
I'm going to go as this is going to be your fringe played, and when it's played, it'll be cool, but definitely fringe, so 2. Mike?
Yeah.
This
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're probably right. I mean, I want to like it, but it doesn't seem very good. All right, you guys. Well, we're done. We're done with Shaman.